Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Battle Through the Heavens 2. Rebirth of Emperor Yang Part 24 based on novel. So let's start. Seeing Luo Jin's sincere attitude, Xiao Yan nodded in his heart. Luo Jin was not only thoughtful, but also very magnanimous. Xiao Yan was relieved to cooperate with him. Moreover, after such a short time together, Xiao Yan can see that Luo Jin is likely to be an outstanding son of some power. Coupled with his easygoing manner, Xiao Yan is also quite fond of Luo Jin in his heart. Reaching out to Luo Jin, they were polite again, and they went quickly towards the Lianyan Mountains again. Tut, this boy is not simple. During the flight, the light in Xiao Yan's eyes flashed slightly, and he asked to Guyo in his heart. Ji Lao, what do you mean by this? Do you say I was cheated by him? Naturally, the speaker was Guyo. After hearing Guyo's words, Xiao Yan also had a slight vibration in his heart. Therefore, he was afraid to ask Guyo. Ji smiled and said, I don't know if there is a problem with this boy, but what he wants is unusual. Xiao Yan gently raised his eyebrows and asked Ji again in his heart. Ji Lao, do you mean what Qianqiu Jade Essence he wants? Yes. Xiao Yan could not help but frown. Just about to ask, Ji immediately said. Qianqiu Jade Essence is a wonder of heaven and earth. It contains extremely pure heaven and earth energy. If it is refined and absorbed by others, its strength will soar. Especially if you semi-emperor level little guys use Qianqiu Jade Essence, your strength will certainly rise a lot. Xiao Yan was slightly surprised when he heard the speech. He thought it would be good for Luo Jin to tell himself the Q flower that day, but he didn't expect that he had hidden such a big baby. However, the utility intensity of the Q Jade Essence on this day should be seen according to the amount of heaven and earth energy absorbed by the Q Jade Essence on this day. Generally, if you have a Qianqiu Jade Essence for more than 1,000 years, the energy contained in it is enough to make you improve 2 levels. Therefore, you must have your own answer in your heart. Xiao Yan nodded slightly and said, in that case, I'll try my best to help him get the Jade Essence of the fast Qianqiu. In this way, I can repay him for helping me find the Yang Meteorite Black Iron. Ji was speechless for a while when he heard the speech. Obviously, there are several big pieces waiting for you to pick them up. It's enough to give them to others after you succeed. But Ji immediately thought about it, but he nodded again. He was also amazed at Xiao Yan in his heart. He has a calm mind, knows how to be grateful, and does not shake his heart for petty profits. He is indeed a plastic talent. With the passage of time, they have also entered the Lianyan Mountains and continue to walk towards the depths of the mountains. The moment they entered the Lianyan Mountains, there was a huge cave in the depths of the Lianyan Mountains. A man who was sitting on the ground, tall and straight, handsome and silver-haired, suddenly opened his eyes and looked in the direction of Xiao Yan and Luo Jin. The man frowned slightly, snorted and muttered. A 2-star-and-a-half emperor and a 4-star-and-a-half emperor, with such strength, dare to break into my territory. I'm really impatient. When the voice fell, the man narrowed his eyes again and continued to sit on the ground, quietly waiting for the arrival of Xiao Yan and Luo Jin. A moment later, the figures of Xiao Yan and Luo Jin finally appeared in the depths of the Lianyan Mountains. Before the huge cave, Xiao Yan and Luo Jin stood side by side and looked at the huge cave in front of him. The cave also matches the character of the split cloud wolf. 10 feet away from the cave, it has turned into a dark world. Obviously, this is the masterpiece of split cloud wolf. Moreover, in the cave, Xiao Yan and others can obviously feel that there is a prohibition that can avoid all exploration. Therefore, it is impossible to know everything in the cave unless you enter it yourself. Without much hesitation, they moved and entered the dark cave. At the same time, deep in the cave, the man in Xingyi suddenly opened his eyes, changed the knot in his hand, and then opened a big mouth. Roar! 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 A roar that shook the mountain came from the man's mouth. The roar shuttled through the cave with the echo in the cave, and then spread to the ears of Xiao Yan and Luo Jin. Hearing the terrible roar, Xiao Yan and Luo Jin turned pale. However, they were also strong people. After the shock, Xiao Yan endured the dizziness in his mind. His men also changed their knots, and then... Heaven's wrath! Moo! 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 It was another roar. The sudden roar was completely suppressed by the echo in the cave. Deep in the cave, after hearing Xiao Yan's roar, the man in blue frowned slightly and showed a trace of anger on his face. He was a warcraft, and he was also the wolf warcraft most sensitive to the roar. Xiao Yan's roar naturally made his heart very angry. The man in Xingyi was shocked and stood up from the ground. His eyes were immediately shrouded by the bloodthirsty killing intention. Xiao Yan's roar made him feel a provocative meaning. Therefore, after he stood up, his body shook again and disappeared in place. If the pair of inch-deep footprints were not in place, I'm afraid anyone would think that the figure just now is just an illusion. The echo in the cave gradually dispersed, and Xiao Yan also stopped. Luo Jin on one side was still a little dizzy, but then he woke up with a shock. Luo Jin first breathed out a long breath, and then said to Xiao Yan, "Brother Yang Xiao is really powerful. The cave roar of the split cloud wolf is so powerful that even the strong at the same level should be careful. If you use the echo of the cave to make your opponent lose consciousness for a short time, you may be directly killed by the split cloud wolf, but I didn't expect that the split cloud wolf's cave roar was so dissolved by Brother Yang Xiao today. It's really powerful." Xiao Yang smelled the speech and glanced slightly at the corners of his mouth. This is a very simple thing. If the strong at the same level should be careful, he can only blame him for his lack of sonic fighting skills. Roar? How dare you come to Qingdeng Mountain to challenge my Yun Lang? It hasn't been written for several months. I don't know if it can be perfectly connected with the previous plot. This chapter may be better than the previous one, but I still hope you can give more comments and a few recommendation tickets. It would be better, hee. A roar came from the depths of the cave. The rumbling sound made Xiao Yan's eardrums tingle, and the muscles on his face couldn't help pumping. With a slight change of complexion, Xiao Yan and Luo Jin looked at each other, and their body shape retreated violently and retreated outside the cave. Drink. Since you're here, why rush to retreat and stay? Xiao Yan had just retired and had not completely withdrawn from the cave of Split Cloud Wolf, but the roaring and harsh voice of Cloud Wave came again. Deep in the cave, Yun Lang's body was shocked, and the fierce fighting spirit in his body spread around, so that the whole mountain couldn't help shaking, and the figure of Yun Lang suddenly disappeared. At the same time, Xiao Yan, who was retreating towards the outside of the cave, had a frozen body shape. Xiao Yan's face changed dramatically. The fighting spirit in his body immediately rushed up to the body surface, and different fires spewed out. They quickly condensed on the body surface and turned into a pair of different fire armor to protect Xiao Yan. The footwork of his feet changed, and Qianjue's step showed up. His body flashed, but a punch came from Xiao Yan's back. Bang! In a twinkling, Xiao Yan's figure flashed out of the cave. His body involuntarily bumped into the cave wall. With a bang, such a large Qingdeng mountain was destroyed, nearly 1/3 of its area. The other mountains, the outside world is also flickering a gas-fighting barrier to protect the whole mountain, but now it seems that this solid gas-fighting barrier will not last long. The power of this fist is so terrible. Just the power of one fist is to blow up a mountain. It's just the result of Xiao Yan being hit by the blast. If this fist hits the mountain firmly, I'm afraid it will turn into a pile of dust in an instant. Qingdeng Mountain is more than 100 feet high. Seeing Xiao Yan being blown away, Luo Jin on one side was also surprised. His face suddenly became dignified. The real strength of the Split Cloud Wolf was so terrible that it was beyond his expectation. Although he didn't get along with Xiao Yan for a long time, Luo Jin also has a deep affection for Xiao Yan. Living outside and being able to have more friends, Luo Jin naturally won't give up. The body moved, and a flash appeared in front of Xiao Yan, lifted Xiao Yan up, and the soul force entered Xiao Yan's body along the palm of Xiao Yan's hand to explore Xiao Yan's injury. Who dares to spy on my Lord Soul? The power of Soul just entered Xiao Yan's body. A violent and murderous angry drink came from Xiao Yan's body, and Luo Jin's face suddenly became surprised. At the moment when the soul power entered Xiao Yan's body, a completely blazing flame power suddenly impacted Luo Jin's soul. Luo Jin looked surprised, but he also knew that this guy should have something to do with Xiao Yan, so he didn't rush rashly, but chose to quit decisively. Yes. Luo Jin controlled the rapid withdrawal of his soul power, but even so, Luo Jin's soul was eroded by the power of the fierce flame. His whole body trembled, his teeth clenched, his green tendons burst on his forehead, and a trace of sweat overflowed from the pores of his back, wetting a large amount of clothes. The power of the soul was suddenly shocked. Luo Jin was relieved. His eyes were still surprised and looked at Xiao Yan. The power of the flame was not so strong, which made Luo Jin surprised but not worried at the moment when the flame hit. It is precisely this point that when the flame strikes Luo Jin's soul, Luo Jin will wake up in an instant. The flame unexpectedly has extraordinary damage to his soul. Still looking at Xiao Yan in surprise, but Xiao Yan pushed him away. One punch passed through Luo Jin's chest and bombarded Luo Jin behind him. Boom! With a loud explosion, Xiao Yan flew out upside down. Before he stopped, a figure appeared behind Xiao Yan and hit Xiao Yan hard at his vest. Xiao Yan's body was strong and turned to Yunlang's side. His fighting spirit gushed out like a tide. His mind moved. Xiao Yan's body suddenly turned into a golden giant with a body of 9 feet and 9 feet. The giant was covered with purple and gold dragon scales, and a pair of huge fists turned into dragon claws. The light flashed in the bright eyes of the golden glass, and a fist suddenly burst out against the clouds and waves. The fierce wind, with its domineering fist power tearing the void, bombarded the clouds and waves. The space where it passed was distorted, the heaven and earth shook, and the harsh sound of sonic boom made all warcraft within 1,000 miles suddenly burst their eardrums, and blood flowed. For a moment, this Lianyun mountain turned into a sea of blood. For Xiao Yan's powerful attack, Yunlang was not surprised. His body retreated hundreds of feet and roared up to the sky. The tiny human body just a moment ago turned into a giant beast with a body of more than 100 feet. The split cloud wolf is worthy of being an 8-star-and-a-half emperor. Just a glance away, this huge body has covered most of the sky. For a moment, it has become dark within 100 feet. At this time, Xiao Yan, who was made of Vajra glass, was like an adult and a newborn baby in front of him. The split cloud wolf roared up to the sky, and his body stood up like a human, standing in the void like this. The broad and sharp wolf claws slapped Xiao Yan hard. Xiao Yan didn't dare to neglect this claw in his heart. His body suddenly shook, and a surging weather burst out of Xiao Yan's body. His heart moved, and a huge golden mouth suddenly opened. Huangquan Qianyu. Huangquan Qianyu was powerful, and the split cloud wolf showed no weakness. The wolf's mouth opened and a roar came out. Dongshan roar. Roar? 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 The two collided, the space suddenly shook violently, and the space in the middle was violently distorted for a while and then crashed into a dark void space. The space is fragmented, but Xiao Yang's yellow spring Qianyu is the first to lack stamina. He is broken by Dongshan roar and bombards Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan had expected this for a long time. After all, Yunlang was a real 8-star-and-a-half emperor. He wanted to fight with others, but he really embarrassed himself. The strange fire in the body suddenly poured out and completely covered the whole golden fist. The strong high temperature made the whole heaven and earth instantly dry. The forests below turned into an endless sea of fire in an instant and spread in all directions. The ground also turned into cracked lerse, and the hard rocks gradually melted into blazing hot magma. Drink! Earth Gangyang, burst! Once again, a violent drink was issued in my heart. A lava pillar with the power of domineering flame suddenly gushed out of the earth vein. With the strong breath of tearing the void, I roared at the cave mountain and broke the hole. The pillar of fire dispersed, but the wolf was stunned. After the pillar of fire, Xiao Yang's huge figure had disappeared, and there was only a scattered golden light in place. 8-pole collapse. Suddenly, the roar of Xiao Yang suddenly sounded from behind Yunlang. At the moment, Xiao Yan danced all over and rushed towards Yun Lang. Every joint of Xiao Yan's whole body turned into the most powerful weapon at the moment. The open and close moves, the strong and domineering power, and a random blow can raise Qinggeng Mountain to the ground. At this moment, Yun Lang is standing in front of Xiao Yan. As the body of Warcraft, he has to be frightened by the strength of Xiao Yan's body. But after all, Split Cloud Wolf is a Warcraft. Warcraft is naturally proud of its body. How can Split Cloud Wolf be reconciled to seeing that human body is so powerful? He didn't dare to underestimate it in his heart. The Split Cloud Wolf suddenly turned around and evenly distributed his strength all over his body. His muscles were as tight as steel. His upright body also rushed out in an instant and collided with Xiao Yan. How can the strength raised in an instant forcibly repel Xiao Yan? The violent collision makes the space between one person and one animal burst. The strength between the two is fully exerted at this moment, and the whole world is trembling with fear. The fierce air wave swept away, and there was no cloud for thousands of miles. Although there was sunshine, the world was still wrapped with a layer of cold ice like an ice cellar, which made people unconsciously fear. After all, the Split Cloud Wolf is an 8-star-and-a-half emperor. His strong strength makes him stand in an invincible position. Only for a moment, Xiao Yan has had some difficulty. Looking at the Split Cloud Wolf, although the breath is also somewhat vain and uncertain, it is much better than Xiao Yan. Seeing this, the Split Cloud Wolf couldn't help but give a cold hum. The fighting spirit in his body gathered on the sharp claw, and the strength under the claw suddenly increased. The strong fighting spirit burst at the contact point with Xiao Yan, and one claw blew Xiao Yan out. But at the moment when Xiao Yan was blown out, the cracked Cloud Wolf frowned slightly. He always felt something was wrong, but he couldn't say it again. In a flash, I saw Xiao Yan fly out. Isn't this a great opportunity? I wanted to come forward and give Xiao Yan a good time, but a strong sense of crisis suddenly rose in my heart. The fighting spirit in the body quickly moved to the whole body, and then the body was shocked. A strong and domineering force suddenly shot out of the cracked Cloud Wolf's claws and exploded in the air, so that the space was blown out of the black line. Seeing this, the Split Cloud Wolf was furious. The force he had just forced out of his body was actually a dark force. Look at the explosive nature of this force. If it really broke out in his body, I'm afraid it would drag a layer of skin even if it wasn't a serious injury. Xiao Yan was about to make a move, and a fierce fist came from one side. The Split Cloud Wolf turned into a human shape again, but the fist is more powerful. Look at the speed, you can't escape, so you can only fight hard. In an instant, Xiao Yan gathered all his fighting spirit on the body surface. The Dragon Phoenix Ancient Armor and Diamond Glass were all open to the maximum, waiting for the next blow. The body of Mole Ants wants to shake the sky. It's really trying to die. Take your life. When he came near, seeing that Xiao Yan still wanted to make this last fight, the Split Cloud Wolf couldn't help laughing in his heart, and then hit Xiao Yan's chest with a fist. With a crisp sound, the Varja glass body burst. Xiao Yan also recovered his original body shape, but the boxing style did not decrease at all. He continued to bombard the Dragon Phoenix Ancient Armor on Xiao Yan's body surface. Bang! A dull sound of body collision sounded. Xiao Yan's body was like a shell flying upside down into the sky, but Yun Lang's body had already appeared in Xiao Yan's sky, waiting for the last blow. At the critical moment, Xiao Yan's footwork changed again, and his inverted body suddenly disappeared, so that the violent fist of the man behind him failed to hit the center. Yun Lang frowned and Xiao Yan disappeared instantly, which surprised him. His eyes narrowed slightly, and a cold light flashed from the bottom of his eyes. Yun Lang's body was on his side, and his sharp eyes scanned everywhere. At the same time, Luo Jin has already returned to his state. Just because he can't get involved in the battle between the two, he can only wait for the opportunity silently, and his view of Xiao Yan has changed in this short time. Xiao Yan seems ordinary, but his overall strength is too much. Xiao Yan has many means. He is also afraid of the sound wave fighting skills alone. I'm afraid they are all close to the human level fighting skills. Although his family also has the sound wave fighting skill, there is no one who can destroy the body like Xiao Yan's sound wave fighting skill. Seeing Xiao Yan's figure suddenly disappear from the sky, Luo Jin's look changed again. What kind of body method is this which makes Xiao Yan disappear directly between the heaven and earth? Suddenly, Xiao Yan's clear voice was slowly introduced into Luo Jin's heart. Brother Luo Jin, you hold Yunlang here first. I'll take the opportunity to sneak into his cave, find Qiu Yujing that day, and then come out to fight with you. Luo Jin's eyebrows picked up. Xiao Yan had entered the cave of Crack Cloud Wolf. But now he can't allow him to think much. The reason why Xiao Yan fought with Yunlang from the beginning is to reserve some strength for himself later. That's what Luo Jin thought. Luo Jin's affection for Xiao Yan increased again. He met Xiao Yan in just 2 days. If these brothers don't make friends, I'm afraid they will regret it all their lives in the future. Nodding heavily in his heart, Luo Jin's eyes suddenly became firm. He is not only a smart man, but also a perceptual man. He will only give more returns to Xiao Yan's efforts. When the voice of Xiao Yan's words gradually disappeared in Luo Jin's heart, Luo Jin had already made a move and rushed towards the clouds and waves. Today, even if Xiao Yan failed to find Qiu Yujing that day, he will insist until Xiao Yan comes out. It's best to see whether it looks good or not. How do you feel after reading it? Please leave a book review first. If there are deficiencies, the years will correct them. At the same time, I hope you can ask for your recommendation tickets. In the dark cave, because of the special prohibition of split cloud wolf, it is like an inkstone thick ink, which is difficult to distinguish the direction. Even with Xiao Yan's eyesight, there is a feeling of no light. When the mind was moved, the strange fire in the body suddenly gushed out of the body surface. The light of Lingtian's fire illuminated the Crack Cloud Wolf cave nearly 100 feet away like day. There are numerous tunnels extending in all directions in the cave. The cave, which has been short of sunlight for a long time, seems a little wet. There are drops of water on the top of the cave. The dense space makes the drop of water slow. Xiao Yan frowned slightly and was surprised at the strength of the prohibition. The split cloud wolf is really good. If he really fights with him in his cave, I'm afraid he will lose if he can't do 100 moves. There is no time to think about it. Once you enter here, the time left for Xiao Yan will officially begin to count down. Luo Jin from the outside will not last long. Even if he has special means, it must be useless under the absolute strength of Split Cloud Wolf. With a flick of his finger, dozens of fire masses the size of his thumb burst out in an instant. Although the fire mass is small, how can the power of different fire be underestimated? In an instant, a wang of clear water beside Xiao Yan turned into cracked and broken rocks. However, the fire group flew inward along the cave with the power of Xiao Yan's soul. Wherever it passed, the hard rock ground was red and cracked by burning, with an appalling momentum. When the fire group flew out, Xiao Yan couldn't relax. When he moved, he flew towards a cave without fire group. During the flight, while exploring the surrounding environment with the power of his soul, Xiao Yan smiled and said in his heart, "Why, after sleeping so long, I finally woke up." Xiao Yan naturally said this to Hui. In a few months, Hui's injury finally completely recovered, and the previous action of Luo Jin also completely awakened him from his deep sleep. When they talked, Xiao Yan also told Hui about Luo Jin. Hui heard Xiao Yan's words and was more grateful for Luo Jin's previous behavior. For Hui, Xiao Yan is his closest person. It is Xiao Yan who created him. Since Xiao Yan has a high liking for Luo Jin, of course, he should follow Xiao Yan's view. During the conversation, Xiao Yan also went deeper and deeper into the cave of the Split Cloud Wolf. The deeper Xiao Yan went, the colder he felt. Just for a moment, there were only 2 fire groups attached to Xiao Yan's soul, which could be sensed by Xiao Yan, but the others had already dissipated in the cave. Outside, Luo Jin and Yunlang are also in full swing. Of course, even so, Luo Jin obviously fell into the disadvantage. With the strength of his 4-star and half-emperor, he could only support Yunlang for 2 hours. However, Xiao Yan was still shuttling through Yunlang's cave. He thought it would take a lot of time, which made Luo Jin worried. If he continues like this, he will hang up before Xiao Yan comes out. I'm afraid Xiao Yan will be doomed at that time. The mind turns sharply, but there is nothing they can do. The strength of Yunlang is really not that they can resist it. Hey! Why, I can't hold on. Your companion, let him out. You two may hold on for a while. If you're alone, I'm afraid it's the only way. Luo Jin's breath was uncertain, but the cloud wave at the opposite 100 feet sent out a sneer from the corner of his mouth, and his tone was cold. Luo Jin's pale face suddenly became cold when he heard the speech. With a heavy cold hum, his palm turned over, and a strange astrolabe the size of a palm appeared in Luo Jin's hand. The astrolabe looks ordinary, with mysterious lines engraved on it. In the middle of the astrolabe, there is a pattern like the Big Dipper. The faint fluorescent light flickers, making the whole astrolabe more magical. The internal fighting spirit suddenly moved and his body shape flashed. Luo Jin already appeared on one side of Yunlang's body. The internal fighting spirit gathered between the palms. He shouted angrily in his heart and smashed the astrolabe in his hand towards Yunlang. Seeing this scene, Yunlang couldn't help but move slightly. Unexpectedly, Luo Jin was able to break out at such a fast speed even under such circumstances. The two people who came here were very skilled. If they weren't treated well, I'm afraid they would capsize in the gutter. Thinking like this in his heart, Yunlang ignored the astrolabe in Luo Jin's hand. When he reacted, Luo Jin also appeared on one side, and his fierce fighting skills bombarded him with the astrolabe. Although Yunlang wanted to dodge, Luo Jin's bombardment was already in front of him, and he couldn't tolerate what Yunlang was doing. One palm was a conditioned reflex, and he flashed at the astrolabe in Luo Jin's palm. Although it was just a random blow, how could the strength of Yunlang be comparable to that of Luo Jin? With one palm, the world trembled, the void was broken, and the space past was turned into a vacuum. Luo Jin's clothes were close to his body surface because of the strong wind. His skin was tingling with the strong force. Luo Jin didn't dare to be careless when he saw this move. His fighting spirit poured out, and the power of fighting skills in his palm was boundless. Boom! Suddenly, the heaven and earth they set up turned into an endless void. The cold sunshine disappeared in an instant, leaving only endless darkness. The war between them has already entered the void. The vast world can't bear their fierce collision. Real touch, but it's just beginning. Suddenly, in the endless void, a wave of domineering fighting spirit swept away. Luo Jin's thin body was blown upside down under this wave of angry waves. Blood gushed out of his mouth like money. Several ribs in his chest were broken by this wave of angry waves. His coat and robe were broken. The whole person's breath was also depressed to the extreme point. The 8.5-star Emperor's full strength broke out. Sure enough, he could not take it by force. Roar! A painful wolf howl that rang through the heaven and earth suddenly spread from the center of the angry wave. Luo Jin, who was low in breath, was also shocked by this sound and immediately came back to his mind. The muscles in the corners of his eyes twitched constantly, and the serious injury in his body made him feel unbearable pain. However, after the intense pain coming from the strong self-pressure, Luo Jin's pale, paper-like cheeks aroused a relaxed smile. The wolf howl in the sky spread across the sky with great anger, and even the solid earth was rocked by the sound. Xiao Yan stopped in the cracked cloud wolf's cave and looked at the dome with a slight frown. Just now, the cracked cloud wolf's cave shook slightly, which made Xiao Yan worried about Luo Jin's situation at the moment. Ji Yu Lao, please look at Luo Jin's situation at the moment. After all, my strength is limited. I can only ask Ji Yu to help me with the exploration. Ji Yu smiled when she heard the speech and joked to Xiao Yan with inexplicable meaning in her tone. Xiao Yan, do you really want me to help you explore the situation of the little guy outside? As soon as he raised his eyebrows, Xiao Yan kept turning his eyes. He was a little confused about the meaning of Guyo's words. For a long time, Xiao Yan had to solve the current problem first. When his heart moved, You got Xiao Yan's answer. Oh, yes, that boy's stuff is good. Although it's unrealistic to shake the split cloud wolf, it's enough. Xiao Yan wanted to continue questioning when he heard the speech, but Yu turned his voice and said to Xiao Yan, I advise you to hurry up. At the moment, the little guy's situation is okay, but if you delay like this, the outcome will be really uncertain. As soon as Xiao Yan's face changed, he no longer continued to ask questions. When his body moved, he immediately disappeared in situ and quickly went to the experts of the cave. Luo Jin glanced at the cave of the cracked cloud wolf and frowned slightly. Those two things don't seem to be easy to find. Raw? You are timid and reckless. Don't think that with this astrolabe, you can suppress me here. When I break the astrolabe array, I will kill you first. Suddenly, the hoarse roar of Yunlang with endless tyranny and killing came into Luo Jin's ears, which changed Luo Jin's face again. The Tai astrolabe has a Tai 7-star array, which is specially used to suppress the strength of the opponent. Its power cannot be underestimated. However, this one in Luo Jin's hand is only a common replica in the mainland. It is obviously impossible to completely suppress the split cloud wolf. With a long breath of turbid air, Luo Jin stood up from the ground, his body flashed, appeared outside the astrolabe array, and his face showed a decisive color. In the array, Yunlang could not help but utter a cold hum when he saw Luo Jin's unfathomable appearance, but he didn't believe what means he would have to deal with him with Luo Jin's state of being on the verge of serious injury. But the next moment, Luo Jin clapped his hand on his chest, opened his mouth, and a blood arrow shot out. Luo Jin put it into the palm of his hand. With a little finger, the blood in the palm slipped from the fingertip and moved several times. A palm-sized blood rune appeared in the space in front of Luo Jin. After doing this, Luo Jin closed his hands and his fingers kept beating. One mysterious seal knot was played out repeatedly and integrated with the bloody seal. When Luo Jin finished his action, he had already made more than 300 seal knots. When the last seal knot was made, Luo Jin's palm turned over and one palm was combined with the seal. Suddenly, both heaven and earth were shocked, dark clouds suddenly appeared in the sky, lightning and thunder, strong wind suddenly rose within 100 feet, and birds and animals scattered. Looking at Luo Jin again, his broken clothes and robes are calm and automatic, and his whole body is as full as before, even better than when he reached his peak. At the moment, Luo Jin's strength is already equivalent to 5-star and half emperor. But it's not over yet. Standing in front of the clouds and waves, Luo Jin's printing formula changes again. This time, the printing formula is powerful. Every time he pinches the printing, a circle of soft water ripples spread out on the space. At a glance, Luo Jin's next means are afraid to be different. This video will end here.